if you're just tuning in, we have our buddies Switchfoot on.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey.
We're so thrilled to have you guys on. And
Our SoCal friends.
That's right.
thank you so much for taking the time. And we've shared the stage many times. Our relationship goes way back.
Let's go all the way back. One of the reasons that this band...
No, that's Hoobastank. That's Hoobastank.
One of the reasons this band formed in the first place was because I overheard Kevin and Joe in our house in New Jersey playing together for the first time. They were singing 24 from your album, Beautiful Letdown. And I heard it through the wall. It was the first time they'd ever sung together. Kevin playing guitar, Joe singing. And I was like, man, that sounds really good. And I was working on a solo record at the time at Columbia Records. And, you know, soon after that, we wrote a song together that our dad said, hey, the brothers are all singing together now. And they signed us. And on that first day, they opened up this big drawer and they pulled out like all these CDs that we could like take. And one of them, of course, was Beautiful Letdown. You know, we'd been blasting it for months. But it's a huge part of our origin story as a band. And we just want to say thank you for that and for all the inspiration over the years. And we're thrilled to have you on the pod. This is great. Let's go.
The honor's ours.
So good.
You were one of our inspirations, but who was one of your band's inspirations? Like, who did you guys grow up listening to? Like, what really inspired you guys to start creating music?
Tim and I sharing DNA, we both kind of share a little bit more musical DNA than Chad, maybe. But we were in a Led Zeppelin cover band in junior high.
Awesome.
Yes.
Back before your voices change, you know, you can still hit those high notes.
Yeah, we joke that you have to write new songs when you hit puberty because you can't hit those Robert Plant notes are not available anymore.
So Led Zeppelin cover band, and then how did your band form? What was the origin story there?
I think for John and I, maybe you guys can relate. There was never a time that we weren't playing music together.
Yeah.
You know, so it was very normalized. It was just kind of what you did. It was never like hey, we should start a band. I think it was just always in process.
I was just annoying him with songs all the time. What about this one? What about this one?
And the music scene in San Diego was very eclectic, which I think is also part of kind of our origin story. The bands we were listening to, it was like equal parts, obviously the heavyweights like Zeppelin, Beatles, Police, and then like bands no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
Pinback, Boilermaker, you know, little bands that we'd see them in their garage. And but great music coming out of our scene.
We're always very practical. The dream was like, okay, what if we could go on tour? And a tour meant going up all the way to San Francisco. You know, like that would be like
Up the coast.
dream. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
And these were what the bands we would listen to did, you know, like I don't know Led Zeppelin, but I helped, you know, Rob Currow carry his guitar in one time, and that's what he does. He goes on tour, you know, and
So cool.
yeah. So Chad, I actually recorded his band on my 4-track, which caught on fire during the session.
Of course, it was too much fire.
That's
So-
right.
It was too much rock and roll.
And that's when I knew. I'm like, Chad, you got to join our band.
It literally melted the machine.
Yeah, we had a band.
So
and
great.
Conspiracy. Maybe you did it on purpose. You knew it was time for him to join you.
It could have been. That was it. Tim, myself, and another guy, and we recorded a CD in high school, and it was all my busboy money to go into the studio and record it proper. And when he moved back to the East Coast, we said, well, Chad, you got to join our band. And he was like, how about we make something new? And so I was like, all right. So we wrote all new songs, and it felt like it was a completely new thing.
Was there a song that you guys wrote as like that you felt like, oh gosh, we found the sound? Like we found the direction, like it like just unlocked the rest of the thing? Was there like a moment you realized like, yes, we are onto what we feel like is truly us?
I mean, I don't know if you guys relate to this, but I think at that age, every song we wrote was like, oh my gosh, we did
the
it.
best thing
What
ever.
is
Totally.
this?
There's all success all the time because you got through an entire song.
Yeah, and you're completely blind to like all the reasons why it's not it yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But what was the first song that really did break through? Like, take us through that sort of chapter of the journey.
So there's a song called Dare You to Move. that we put on our third album.
I know it well. Yep.
And we thought that was going to be our, one of our last albums. Like we didn't know many bands that made more than 3 records.
Yeah.
Was it on a?
So it was on our third record.
Yeah.
The beautiful Learning to Breathe. And we thought that was the song. We put it first on the album. We were like, this is the single. Our record label at the time didn't think so. And it kind of got lost. And
we moved it.
Yeah. And so we had the chance to do a 4th record, which surprised us.
Who gets to do 4 records?
This is at the time you were with Columbia, correct?
Yes, this is our first major label album, but we're still thinking but it's probably our last. Like let's go in, let's not leave anything on the table, including let's put Dare You to Move on this album too. Let's re-record it and give it another. That's how much we believed in this song. We felt like everyone missed it.
Yeah.
Let's run it back.
That is wild.
And did you record this with Fields?
Yeah.
John
Correct.
Fields.
Yeah, we retracked everything.
You can hear them both on Spotify. We finally separated them. They're similar, same song, but felt like we were able to have a second chance at a song that, really means a lot to us. It is funny though, because like people will say, oh, that's a big song or something. And for years and years, everyone said the opposite. So I think it's interesting to think through what makes a big song, what makes a song that sticks,
Well, and to that point, that we got dropped while we were playing Dare You to Move.
That's right.
At a showcase for Sony Columbia.
We were at the showcase seeing you guys
Are
at the
you
upfront
kidding
for
me?
Columbia.
We were there.
We watched you from the balcony. We were freaking out.
Did you watch the president of Sony walk out while we were playing?
During Dare You to Move.
I don't even know if we would have seen who that was at the time
Yeah.
when we were there.
we,
right?
we never got
like,
that.
but-
We never got to that level.
Yeah, we got dropped before that too.
That's a wild thing to be performing.
Oh my God.
Did you think it was like a bad joke when you guys found out? Because you're like, we just played for you.
We thought we were like that was awesome. High five. Wasn't it great? And our manager came up to us afterwards, like he saw a ghost and he's like, actually, no, that was not very good. We just got
crazy.
dropped. He said he didn't hear any big songs. We're going to have to figure out what to do.
That's insane.
That's insane. I remember listening to that album that entire summer. We were at summer camp and it became like the soundtrack to our summer camp. And
You guys were there.
we were there in the building. Maybe it wasn't the same showcase. Maybe it was a different.
It probably was.
I think it was our only time in New York for 5 years.
Then we were there. We saw it, and we saw it.
Unreal.
I guess we saw the performance because then that was the same day like we saw John Mayer for the first time.
So Dare You to Move, it's so funny you mentioned that you re-recorded it with Fields because we have a similar story in that we had this song called When You Look Me in the Eyes that was on the original record we made kind of as a group at Sony, which actually never came out. But we went a different direction, made a whole new album. That was the technically the first album. But he heard Look Me in the Eyes and was like, this is really good. Give me a shot to produce it on the first album that he made for us. And he literally said, he's like, I'm going to give it the Dare You to Move treatment. And I don't think I registered then that it wasn't just sonically that it was similar, but also that he's re-recording a song.
Yes.
Yeah.
For
wow. Yeah.
people listening, John Fields is an amazing producer, and he was the producer for 3 of our albums and 2 of yours. Were
I think 3 now.
Three now.
Yeah.
When we went into our new record label after Sony dropped us, they were like, who do you want to work with? And we were, swinging for the fences because we had no traction momentum going. We were just hoping that, they would pair us with somebody cool. So we said, we'd love to work with John Fields based on, all the stuff he was doing with you guys. And they called him and he agreed to do it, but he's like, I'm not going to listen to anything they've done. He's like, I just want to start fresh. And it was key to the whole process. But that is a wild story. So walk us through then. Walk to Remember comes out around that same time, right? And Only Hope is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just before then, we had a bunch of songs on Walk to Remember. And that was a really interesting, another strange season where you're these punk kids from San Diego, like sand in between your toes, walking the red carpet. And I remember distinctly, we get to the part where the photographers are taking pictures and they're snapping away. And then one of them stops and says, wait, who are you? And it was.
Are you in the movie?
Yeah. What is your role in this thing? You
And
know?
David
We're Mandy
Hasselhoff
Moore's
was behind
cousins.
us. I remember that.
Yeah.
He was walking behind us. They knew who he was.
Yep.
There's a massive resurgence online. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but there are videos of millennial parents showing their children Walk to Remember for the first time, but they're filming them and putting it online
And watching the reactions of
watching their reactions because they know what's coming. It is heartbreaking, but so funny. And of course, your music's just playing in the background the entire time. So if you have a minute, go check it out. It's some of my favorite videos, and I cannot wait to do it to our almost 13-year-old. So I'm very much looking forward
pretty
to doing
cruel
it.
of you.
It's
No,
cruel.
What's
Yeah.
pretty wild. It's pretty wild is that you guys would have more than one song on like a soundtrack like that.
Right.
That doesn't really happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
It was wild, and they just kept. It was like half the soundtrack.
I remember that. I was like, this is nuts.
Good Will Hunting was a big movie for us. That's how we discovered Elliott Smith. And I remember thinking, like, could this be our Good Will Hunting moment? Like,
Yeah.
we're taking over
Totally.
the soundtrack, you know?
That's wild.
Where did that come from? Was it the director? Was it the team around the soundtrack? Or
A girl that John and I went to high school with, she and I were in a bunch of classes together. She ended up in LA right after high school, being the assistant to Mandy Moore's manager. She heard they were looking for songs for the film. And one day she kind of shyly walked in and was like, hey, got these guys, that,
whoa,
friends of mine from high school.
I never do this, but
Yeah. And Mandy heard Only Hope and wanted to sing it in the film.
Totally.
And then it just kind of it snowballed. It was like another song. Hey, could we use another one? And then I think by the end of it, it was like 5 songs,
Wow.
It's incredible.
That like never happens.
right?
That's like hard to get one song placed on something.
But then, like, you know, you do a million things where you're like, what's going to move the needle and what isn't, and you never know, right? So I think that was happening, you know, one side, and then the other side, we were going into the studio to make what we thought was our last album. So all this was happening at the same time, and it just kind of created this moment that we would have never expected.
It's incredible.
I'm curious. Like after all these years, you guys have done some incredible stuff. Do you still feel like you've got some bucket list items as a band that you're like, we'd love to do this, we got to do this, or we got to play here?
that's a good question. I would love to play another show at Red Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
That's always. I mean, every time we play there, it feels like a bucket list.
Totally.
We should play together, guys.
Let's go.
Let's do
It'd
it.
be sick. Super band.
Jonas, Switchfoot, Red Rocks would be fire.
That's
Yes.
a great bill.
I'm in. Yeah.
We had a ton of fun having you guys out at MetLife for the kickoff of the tour. It was an insane night.
You guys are insane. Like,
Yeah.
Could I just shed a light on like, because we're like the same kind of swing for the fences. Let's throw it all in. But I just want to point out, you have a first night of tour, which is always calamitous. You have it in you know, a stadium, a huge stadium
In your hometown.
in your hometown. That's always another dreadful
Added thing.
Another thing. And then you have even more guests.
Yeah.
And you were so calm. All three of you guys were.
Yeah.
I remember there was like all sorts of things, you know, fires being put out just before you're to go on stage, and you guys are just heart rate slow, calm, breathing normal.
Truly.
Yeah, it was inspiring.
I think
Or
we all
we-
kind
or
of
you
like
thought
operate
that.
like, you know, kind of love the chaos.
Yeah.
And that night, you know, it was really special because the whole idea of the special guest thing stemmed from actually the collaboration on Greetings from Your Hometown, the album that we put out and that you guys were featured on, and we did that song. And you know, it was really about kind of giving flowers to people that have been a part of our journey and saying, you know, thank you and being able to share those moments with them. And you know, so between you and Demi, there's a lot of like significant moments kind of for us that night. But it was crazy. I remember when it was done, I was like, I don't know how all these pieces actually came together, but it was really quite fun. And then, you know, the song that we got to do for the album, I remember we sent it to you guys again, on theme, Swing for the Fences, thinking, who knows if they'll be into this. Within, I think, a week or two, you sent back the full track. It sounded incredible. And thank you for being on the record, first of all.
So much thanks.
It was big for us.
Thank you for having us on Greetings from Your Hometown. The moment we heard it, it's such a infectious song. I feel like it has a great It has a heartbeat that we loved from the beginning. So
Love that.
yeah, there's no
thanks.
no arm twisting to be a part of it. And I also love the fact that you guys, I remember, I think it was a Zoom or something where you were like, okay, so you want us to write a bridge, and I can't remember who it was, but I think it was you. You're like, I'm thinking like change tempo, like, I'm like, wow. Okay. So that's not the pop, formula that
we wanted the full Switchfoot slow down feel, and you guys did it and nailed it. That's like my favorite. It's so weird, that song. Actually, we played it only a few times, in full. Obviously, most of the time was with you guys, but when we did, I would leave the show after all this music we played that night, and I'd be in my bed staring at the ceiling, and that's the song that would be still playing in my head after the concert.
That's a good word.
So like, it definitely stays with you.
That is odd. Like the end of a weekend of music. What is the song that is in your head?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a great song.
Your new album, Forever Now. Tell us about it.
It is an attempt to basically, if you had to distill your last day here on the planet, what would you do?
Wow.
And I think it brings life into focus. It brings people into focus. It brings conflict into focus to where you say, this doesn't matter as much as I thought it did. I need to go spend time with my kids or that sort of thing. And for us as a band, it also brought into focus, like, I'm sure it's the same for you guys, where you chase so many different flavors and colors that you love musically, where you think, oh yeah, that record's great. Let's see if we can do something like that. But this album is an attempt to make the record that only Switchfoot could make. So to fall back in love with rock and roll and to bring that San Diego, sand between your toes, rock and roll.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And you mentioned, briefly about spending time with your kids before we started recording. If you're open to sharing, you mentioned pretty cool memory from your collective Bro-Am event.
Yes.
And it just hit me so hard when you said it as a girl dad. So if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, girl dads out there.
Yeah.
I'm a softie. Like, like it doesn't matter what movie, Avengers or whatever. I'm like, oh gosh, it's getting me. And my daughter thinks it's hilarious. She's 14. And we do this event called the Bro-Am, Switchfoot Bro-Am, which is raising money and awareness for incredible kids in our hometown. Greetings from your hometown.
It's awesome.
And so it gives back to kids that, homeless kids, at-risk youth, kids with special needs. And one of the programs is Challenged Athletes Foundation. So we do this expression session where kids with limb differences, kids with cerebral palsy, different things that they're wrestling with, we teach them how to surf. And then there's 1,000 people on the beach all cheering them on. And
wow, that's beautiful.
It literally, I've been in the ocean surfing thousands of times. And this was a top 5 moment for me. And again, I'm a softie, but I was holding back some tears. Tim and Chad are out there. Everybody's smiling. And my daughter, she has cerebral palsy, and she's just catching these incredible waves, and everyone on the shore is cheering her on.
How cool is that?
Yeah, that was a highlight for me.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for sharing.
Beautiful.
Yeah. We get a writer list from all our guests, and we got yours, and there was something on there that I think has been there for a long time, which is a local hot sauce.
Yeah.
Is this a real thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then as a follow up to that, are you guys on TikTok?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you aware of like this challenge of putting hot sauce into Topo Chico?
Ooh, okay.
Seen this?
No.
It's
I missed that.
taking the world by storm.
I
Okay.
see what's happening.
And
here.
so if you're down,
Yeah,
we're gonna try
you're
some
heading towards
Okay,
it.
wow.
Topo Chico with the hot sauce that we got you. Cheers, boys.
Spicy
Cheers.
water.
Cheers.
But we have to cheers to
Cheers.
something. Actually.
Okay. Here's
So we're excited to tell you that on July 23rd, you've been invited to debut at the Grand Ole Opry.
Wow.
Congratulations, gents! It's huge.
All right.
Congratulations,
Let's
gentlemen.
go. Grand Ole
So we
Opry.
got you this
Grand
Topo
Ole Opry.
and hot sauce and a little cake here for you. You can take home
Oh,
with you.
look at that.
Dude.
Yeah.
But that's an exciting thing.
It's full
Wow,
of Topo Chico.
Speaking of bucket lists,
Yeah, right?
This is good, by the way.
This is incredible. I got
Actually, quite
to
good.
get some cowboy boots and
yeah,
some sort of hat.
not bad.
Very exciting moment for any artist. We've
That's
done this.
amazing.
Huge. What are we playing? What's on the set list?
Well, we got to play Dare. I don't know how many songs we get. Probably something old,
It's
something
usually
new,
usually 2 or 3, I think.
something borrowed, something blue.
Yep.
Well, and they have the Grand Ole Opry band too, right? Like, so those are like
Yeah.
pretty special players. Played
Yeah,
with
All-time
everyone.
players, yeah.
Could probably
Countrify, meant to live a little bit.
yeah lean in, you know?
Bring in a horn section.
Right.
We were meant to live, y'all.
Meant to live, y'all.
I have a request because I think it would go really well in that environment, but I think Daisy would be great.
Oh,
I don't know if
nice.
you play that often, but that's
We don't, but that's a good one. That's my daughter's name, actually. So
really?
Full circle.
Oh, beautiful.
yeah, it's such a great song.
Yeah,
and I think
that's the song.
with the Grand Ole Opry band, it would be pretty spectacular. All right, as we do with all our guests, we've got an 8-ball of questions here.
Great.
Please reach in, grab a question. They're not related to career at all. They're just random and stupid.
They're just fun,
Sometimes they're not stupid, Nick.
That's true. They can be
heartfelt,
heartfelt.
insightful.
I'm kind of obsessed with this.
Is it
My new drink.
fantastic?
Yeah, it's really good.
Do you like surprise parties being thrown for you?
Good question.
My wife hates it and I like it, and we both found that out the hard way.
Tell us the story.
So
That sounds about right.
she threw me a surprise party. It was North Shore themed. I think it was for my 30th birthday. So North Shore is the Karate Kid of surf movies. You know, when there was like Rad, all the movies in different, you know.
I thought it was Johnny Tsunami, but obviously that's
Different generation.
a little young.
the next one. So there's this character, Laird Hamilton plays, and Chad showed up. He's got like body paint all over the front of him. It was phenomenal. And I'm looking at my house and I'm looking at the cast of North Shore, you know, in the form of my friends.
That's incredible.
In front of me. There was like hula dancers, all this whole thing. It was incredible.
But you threw her one, she didn't
And so
like
I
it.
say, this is great. I'm going to return the favor. Did not like it. Oof. So that's I do like
Same
surprise
theme?
party. And no,
Was
it's
it the
different
same
theme.
theme?
You learn
Different
very
theme.
quickly who likes surprises and who does not.
Yeah, I guess there's only one way to find out, right?
Yeah, I guess
Okay,
so.
well, now you know.
Now you know.
Okay, my question is, if you were preparing to interview yourself, what's the one question sure you got asked? I mean, I think the moment that I decided I want to play music for the rest of my life was I was about 14. I went and saw Nirvana in San Diego.
Oh, sick.
It was
Sick.
Nirvana,
Wow.
the Chili Peppers, and Pearl Jam.
What a
Still to this day.
What a lineup. Tell me you have the shirt.
Anyone I would have heard of though?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Anyone cool?
yeah, watching them play, I just said, I want to do whatever that is.
Wow.
Wow, that's sick.
Beautiful. Well, I'm glad you went to that show.
Yeah,
Yeah, seriously.
Do you have a
Changed my
t-shirt
life.
from the show?
I wish. I
That'd be
couldn't
worth
afford
a
it.
lot of money.
Sneak in?
I was 14. I couldn't afford it.
Because Chad's got all these legendary sneaking in, like looking from the roof, like stories.
Yeah, when you're underage, like there was a club in San Diego that had a skylight above the stage,
Mhm.
and we used to climb up and watch the bands from above. And in the middle of
wow.
the show, one time, this band Fire Hose, somebody in the front row was pointing at us, and they stopped the show and they made everybody look up and wave at us, and then the security came up.
Oh,
No.
It backfired, but it was probably a cool moment.
Where was the Pearl Jam Nirvana show?
It's at the Del Mar Fairgrounds.
How many people were there? That must have been huge.
Probably 2,000,
Oh, wow.
Only 2,000.
I think, maybe more. It was inside one of those sheds where they
Yeah.
had all the
2000
cows
to
and-
like,
And
Oh,
see,
wow.
when you say that, when this whole time when you've told this story, which I haven't heard it that many times, but like I'm picturing outside. I'm picturing a
Right.
festival, 100,000
Yeah.
people.
2000
Totally.
made it
But
that's
even-
what's
I don't know how-
interesting
You just
about-
made the story even cooler.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nirvana
You were
never
there.
had their massive tour. All of the stories about their shows were it was like clubs.
Yeah.
So that was like,
Wow.
They
you
were
know.
opening for the Chili Peppers.
yeah,
Whoa.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Okay, so was Pearl Jam first?
Yeah, Pearl Jam was first, and Eddie Vedder climbed up on the lights and the whole thing. It was
Yep.
crazy. And then Nirvana. And then
So
Chili
great.
And Eddie Vedder's from our high school. That's
No
our
way.
claim to fame. That's right.
California
Wow.
royalty.
That's right.
I feel like that high school produced a lot of great music.
Yeah, it's a good spot. It's a good spot for weird kids.
That's right.
We
Yep.
qualify.
We say that about New Jersey.
All right, Tim, what you got?
Okay, what's one chore you will avoid at all costs? That would be cleaning out my garage. It is kind of like a big surf shed at this point. I have so many surfboards, wetsuits, And, you know, I feel like I fly just below the radar if I kind of keep it like at just a dull chaos, that my wife won't notice how many boards I've accumulated.
How many do you think you have?
It's probably 20 at this point.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you use all of them, or they're just
No.
just a it's like a graveyard?
No, I just
a board
don't want to
graveyard?
part with them. I mean, there's probably like 4 that I'll rotate through. But yeah,
And the
I mean,
rest are
It's
just like
the
memories.
tombstones.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't collect fancy cars, but I do like having a bunch of surfboards around. That's my thing.
The Teen Choice Awards give out surfboards. That's the award. I think we have 20 Teen Choice Awards surfboards.
See, that is maybe,
but they're not practical. You can't actually use them to surf. But I think we should send you one just to add a one random Teen Choice Award to your collection.
So that's a random Jonas Brothers one in the corner.
That's really gonna make your wife mad. You're like,
Yes.
nothing. You can have 20 boards, but not a Jonas Brothers.
Yeah. Have we talked about this? We need to go surfing with you guys.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah.
I would love to.
I've actually never been surfing. No, I was a skateboarder growing up, a snowboarder, but like just never surfed.
I'm an avid snowboarder, and I feel like there's definitely
Yeah.
oh yeah.
crossover there.
Yeah.
My daughter was born in San Diego. It was kind of a crazy moment in our world because she was in the NICU for a while, but spent some time in San Diego. Kind of like, I feel like the water was a healing thing for my wife and I. Just to I don't know. There's something really special about the water in San Diego and the vibe generally. But I didn't surf. Obviously, I was pretty busy. But I would love to go back and take you up on that offer. I'll bring the Teen Choice Award board.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deal.
Show up to the shore with it.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's wax that thing up.
Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to join us, and congratulations again on the new album. We cannot wait to experience it with you. And of course on the 23rd at the Grand Ole Opry.
Huge.
What an amazing honor.
And
Congratulations,
your tour
guys.
this fall, where you kick it off, 38 dates, right?
That's right. Chad, where are we kicking it off?
Grand Rapids, I believe.
Sick.
The thriving
Nice.
metropolis.
We're going to come check out a show for sure.
Oh, please,
Definitely.
please.
Love you guys. Appreciate you being on the pod. And congrats again.
Man,
Thanks,
right back
guys.
at you. Love you guys. Thanks for having us.
Thank you
Always a
guys.
pleasure.
Appreciate you.